Actually, if it was over here, you tell me. Because again, in America, the state of the water is obvious. If over here we had an issue with race, yeah, what area of the UK would have the highest abortion rate? London. More abortions carried out in London than anywhere else in England. Yeah, so this was from 2016. 2016, and it says abortion rates are higher in the capital than anywhere else in England. London boroughs comprise 9 of the top 10. And if you want to know the boroughs, they're there. So, oh, some of your boroughs might be in there. Yes, some of your boroughs are in there. So, again, we like to play the I don't see game over here, but evidence is clear. Now, why is this happening? Why is there so many abortions in that area? Yes, bro. This one. So why is this happening? And why in London then? Why is this happening? All right. So check this out. This is from 2009. So sometimes you have to go back to do your research. New baby boom. Britain is experiencing a population spike. Why? We visit Boston and all of these areas to see where they have the highest average birth rate. Yeah. Now, why is the reason? Why did they have a high birth rate in 2009 or a high baby boom? From this article, they say it was undoubtedly the biggest factor in the present boom is immigration. So more babies were being born in the UK in 2009, and it was due to immigration. Now, they went on to talk about the immigrants and how fertile they were. So look at this. So here are the immigrants. They didn't put Africa in there, but here are the immigrants, and look how fertile they are. They're the ones having the most babies. Caribbean countries, we're up there. So we were the most fertile, yeah? But I didn't have Africa in there, so I had to do some research. This was from 1989 to 2008. I had to do some research. What about Africa? Well, if you go to Our World in Data, it shows you children born per woman. So it shows you who the most fertile are, from least fertile to most fertile. And surprise, surprise, who's the most fertile women? African women, yeah? You're the most fertile. Not only are you the most fertile women on the planet, according to the evidence, not according to me, but you have cells that can replicate outside of your body. And that was proved with this woman, Henrietta Lacks. So the black history that's not taught in schools. Now, if you don't know who this woman is, check this story out, Henrietta Lacks. Over the past 6 decades, huge medical advances have sprung from the cells of Henrietta Lacks, a poor African-American mother of 5 who died in 1951 of cervical cancer. Yeah? But Lacks never agreed that her cells from a biopsy before her death taken could be used for research. So she died and they took her cells without telling her or her family. Yeah? For years, her own family had no idea that her cells were still alive in petri dishes in scientist labs. Still alive today. She died in 1951. Yeah? They eventually learned that they had fueled a line called HeLa cells, or HeLa cells, which have generated billions of dollars, but they didn't realize until this spring that her genome had been sequenced and made public for anyone to see. So her family didn't even know that her cells were still alive, let alone that they were making money for the medical industry. Yeah? So in the years since her death, black cells taken from her tumor while she was undergoing surgery have been responsible for some of the most important medical advances of all time. Polio vaccine, chemotherapy, cloning, gene mapping, IVF. All of these health milestones and many more owe everything to the life and death of this young mother. Now it says here, scientists at the hospital where she died, Johns Hopkins, had been working for years to try to start a continuously reproducing line, but the cells always died. Again, who can translate that? What cells were they using? Right. Lacks were the first that took introducing a constantly reproducing line of cells that are literally, to give them their scientific definition, immortal. Her cells are still alive today. Then it says ordinary cells taken from a human body and kept in a lab have a limited lifespan. Ordinary. Again, translate. However, an immortal cell line is cultured in a particular way so it has the ability to proliferate indefinitely. And that's what Henrietta Lacks' cells do. So listen to this.
It's still a little bit of a mystery.
To this day, HeLa cells, named by combining the first 2 letters of Henrietta with the first 2 of Lacks, are a cornerstone of modern medicine. Tick off for me all the ways HeLa cells have been used.
To tick off all the way HeLa cells have been used, we would be sitting here for weeks. Like hundreds and thousands of studies. They used to help test the polio vaccine so that it could be approved for use in people. They went up in the first space missions to see what would happen to human cells in zero gravity. Those were the first cells ever cloned, some of the first genes ever mapped.
And then listen to the family only found out a couple years ago. So if they're making billions of dollars from your mother, shouldn't you get at least a couple million?
To calculate how much money has been made off of Henrietta Lacks' cells.
And I know, they were the first cells ever commercialized, and that was in the 50s. And you can buy online HeLa cells or products made using HeLa cells from anywhere from about $200 for a vial up to about $10,000 a vial. HeLa cells are still, one of the most widely used cells in the world, so.
But it's an incalculable amount of money.
Yeah.
And consider this. The family of the woman whose cells changed medical history can't afford health insurance. Henrietta's middle child, Sonny, is $100,000 in debt after bypass surgery. How does that leave you feeling?
Oh, it leaves me feeling kind of not angry a little bit that I don't have the medical coverage, and then that my mother's cells being used all over the world for science purpose, and then the medical coverage that we have is zero. Me and my...
Look at that. So they're using this black woman's cells and they're immortal. And they're using it to cure diseases, cancer, create medication from it and all this sort of stuff, and the family gets nothing, yeah? Now, every time I show this story to people, people always say, what was so special about Henrietta Lacks? And you know what my response is? Nothing. She was a black woman. In other words, there's some Henrietta Lackses in here right now. But you don't know. Yes, sis.
Can we do this course via
Smears, blood transfusions, stem cells, all that sort of stuff. Yes. DNA testing. From when they get your blood. Yeah, from when they get your blood. Yeah. Yes, sis. I see you putting up your hand. Yes. Yes, sis. Well, again, if you go by my opinion, which my opinion is there's nothing special about Henrietta Lacks. In other words, I'm looking at a lot of Henrietta Lackses now. If you go by that, when you go and do a DNA test, you're literally giving them what they want. Give me your genes, give me your blood, give me this, yeah? You're literally giving them what they want.
Don't forget they do the cord test for new babies as well.
There you go. So any which way they can get your cells, tissues and organs, because again, you are the original. Yes, sis at the back.